like, Aria is being such a wiggle worm. Now you can see, like, this is just what I'm going through, and see how hard it is to make a video with a baby. She's probably really distracting, I'm sorry. Did you breastfeed, or try to breastfeed? I already talked about this. I'll make a video on that. What made you to make the decision to formula feed? I didn't even want to formula feed. I didn't even know anything about formula or have anything about bottles and anything like that. So I really wanted to breastfeed, but I'm going to make a video on that. How did you get Aria's name? I already talked about that. How do you feel about extended rear facing the car, the safest thing for your baby, and how do you properly strap Aria in the car seat? I'm not going to prolong the rear facing just because it's not, I mean, you can if you want to, but it's not needed. It's not like the law that you have to. So, the safest thing for her is being just properly strapped. You know, you have to make sure where it comes together, that it's right there at their shoulders, and just, you can always check, like, your local fire station, or they have places you can check to get your car seat checked, or the car seat checked. So, that's just my thoughts about it. I haven't really done more research about it. I mean, I've heard videos on extending the rear facing, but I decided I wasn't going to. How hard was it when Aria was first born? It was so hard, especially because Ian works all the time, and yeah, it was really hard. But I got through it, and it made me stronger, and I feel like I can almost handle anything right now. And I'll talk more about how it was hard, because it was very hard with the breastfeeding as well. How do you pay for all your baby's expenses, and why is it that you moved in with your grandma? I'm going to talk about that at the end of the video, about why I moved out. But how do you pay for all your baby's expenses? Ian works 2 jobs, full-time, part-time, so he pays for most of the expensive. When we get our own apartment, he's going to be paying for everything, and I'm going to be paying for Aria. So, if I have to get a job, I will, but, yeah. Okay, so Aria is sleeping right now, so I'm going to try and get through these last bit of questions as fast as I can. I still have a little bit more. So, I'm sorry I've been going through these questions so fast. It's that I've been just trying to give, like, short answers just so I don't have, like, 10 Q&A videos, so I'm going to get right into it. So, what made you choose to use homemade baby food, and how did you know when the time was right? If you guys have not seen my baby food challenge with Vanessa, that's kind of when I decided, because I was reading the ingredients, and I noticed a lot of them said flour and starches, so that was interesting to me, because I thought it would just be like, you know, just straight the baby food. So when my doctor talked to me about starting her on solids at 4 months, I looked into it a little bit more, and I thought 4 months. I actually initially wanted to wait till 6 months, but I thought 4 months was a little bit too long, and I started looking, or too early, I meant. So I started looking into it and doing research, and that's how I came upon making a homemade baby food, and what made me get really interested in it, because there was just so much information out there, and I just, like, loved it. I loved the idea, and then right around that time, she started showing signs that she was ready for solids, and I did want to start at 6 months, but and you could still choose that, but I just decided for me and Aria that I would start her at 5 months instead of 4, and she was showing signs, so that's kind of what made me get into the homemade baby food, is the baby food challenge and the ingredients, and then talking to her doctor about it. So, sorry, Ian just texted me. Where are you from, and are you and Aria's dad, your boyfriend, still together? Yeah, we never broke up, and we are getting our own apartment soon. I was born in Georgia, and then around 1st grade, I moved to Ohio, and then I moved down here to go to college. Are you on birth control? No, I got off the pill. I actually started gaining weight, which never happened to me before, but I guess since I've had a baby, my body's different. It made me gain weight and made my periods more irregular than when I wasn't on them. But we do use condoms. What was the first thing that went through your head when you found out you were pregnant? I was really scared, and I think the first thing is, like, how am I going to tell everybody? That was what I was mostly concerned about, and finding a doctor. The 2 things went in my head: what is my family going to think, and what am I going to do about a doctor? Because at the time, I didn't have a doctor, and yeah, I was just like, I was like so like scared and nervous because I didn't know what to do. That's probably what the thing that was going through my head. Are you and your boyfriend not using condoms when you were having relations? When I got pregnant, I was on the pill. We weren't using condoms because I thought the pill would, you know, why would I? It was stupid because I should have been using both, but they're about the same as effectiveness, so I thought, well, why use both? I don't know. I should have, but we were just on the pill, and I switched birth controls, and that's around that time when I switched, that's when I became pregnant. So that's the only thing I can really think of that made me become pregnant. I don't know, but what do you love most about Aria? There's not one thing that I love, because I love everything about Aria, but her laughter, her smiling, her growing up, just that she's learning so much. That's what I love about Aria, and I don't know, she's just like perfect to me. Where are your parents? Does Aria spend time with them? My mom lives with my grandma here, and my dad still lives in Ohio. So, how old were you when you got pregnant? I was 17, about to turn 18, and now I am 19. What is the most thing you miss? Because being a teen mom, what is it that? Sorry if I left a lot of people's questions out, because some of them they didn't really make sense to me. And I know that some of you guys watch my videos overseas, and your English might not be good. So sorry if I missed some of your questions. But what do you miss most about being pregnant, or because you're a teen mom? I don't know what they meant by that, but the most thing I said for is like freedom. What gets on your nerves the most about Ian, your family, and Aria? I already talked about Ian. He thinks he knows it all, which is typical. Your family, some of my family tries to tell me what to do with Aria. That's what gets on my nerves most. And what gets on the nerves most about Aria? There's nothing that gets on my nerves about Aria because she's a baby. She doesn't know. But the number one thing frustrating about, I guess, her, or like the baby thing, is she spits up. That's the most frustrating thing, is that she always spits up. Not always, because it's getting better ever since I changed her formula. But before, that was like the most frustrating thing, is her spit up. Is Ian a good dad? Like, he seems to be. Yes, he is. Most of the time when I catch him on camera, he doesn't even know I'm catching him on camera. So, are you happy with Ian? Yes, I am. Me and Ian love each other. Have you ever thought about quitting YouTube? Why? It's never came across my mind, actually. And you would think it would, because of some of the stuff people tell me. I've been called so many names, you have no idea. I've been called a slut, all that kind of stuff. Welfare whore, which doesn't even make sense because I'm not even on government assistance. But I've been called all of that. But it never made me quit YouTube, actually. I'm a pretty strong person, so. But I never thought about it. Do you ever miss being a regular teen? Yes and no, because I love my life now with Aria, but yes, I do miss having the freedom, and sometimes I wish, you know, I could have the same baby, the same everything, but in the future. But I mean, I'm happy with things right now, and I don't even consider myself a teen anymore, actually. Are you ever going to do a boyfriend tag? Yes, I will do a boyfriend tag. And we did one before, but we're going to do another updated one, and a girlfriend tag, eventually. Do you have any friends with babies? Yes, Vanessa has Lily, and does Aria have play dates with them? Yes, and hopefully Keely from Keely and Cadence, maybe we can hang out one day, and Keely, well, actually, it would be pretty cool if all three of us could get together and have like a little baby play date. How much does Aria weigh, and how long is she now? I don't know how long she is now. I'll find out in her 6-month doctor's appointment, but I say she weighs at least 16, maybe 17 pounds now. What size diapers is Aria now? Right now she's in 2. We're gonna wait till we get out of these, finish the 2, and we're gonna move to 3. Problem with the 3s, they fit around her waist, but not, the problem with the 2s is they fit around her waist, but not her thighs, so we're gonna have to move up to 3. That's what the doctor said about her flat spot. I'm making a separate video about this. I know I keep saying I'm making separate videos, but I will. Her flat spot has got a lot better, but I'm going to be talking about that in another video. Did you try breastfeeding Aria? Yes. How did you decide formula was the best option for her? I didn't even decide that was the best option, because I know breastfeeding is the best option, but I'll be talking about that more in another video. Do any of your friends have children? Yes. Have you ever doubted yourself as a mother? Yes. Like, if I'm doing the right thing, if this is the right thing for her, you know, I've just doubted that. Like, were you scared that you wouldn't be able to provide her the things that she needed? Not just material things, but the things like love or safety. I've never scared about the love or safety thing, because, I mean, I know I could provide that. But when I was pregnant, I was worried that we weren't going to have enough money, and then Ian got another job, so money and buying things, it's not an issue right now, but when I was pregnant it was, because he only had one job, and he wasn't making much money in that job, but that's not a problem right now, but before it was. Are you and your Ian's relationship still strong? How do you handle it? It's more strained, but it is more strong now that we've had Aria, and we handle it the best way that we can, and whatever comes in our way, we handle it together, and we do the best that we can. Did it hit you hard when everyone was starting to pack for college, knowing you couldn't really be a part of the college life scene like you once were before? I was never part of the college life scene really before. I'm not even really into college, to be honest. I don't even have a desire to have the college life. I've never really had a desire to have that party college life. So it didn't really hit me hard at all. Do you feel bad about not being able to do random things like you did before because you knew that you would have someone new to care for who comes with a lot of responsibility? I don't feel bad for that because Aria now, she comes first. But like I've said multiple times in this video, I do miss the freedom. So, did you ever wish you weren't pregnant so young? Now that it's happened, I do the best that I can, and I don't ever regret Aria or would take it back or anything. Sometimes I do wish that it did happen later, but I'm happy right now, and I'm doing the best that I can and handling it the best that I can. Did it ever bother you knowing that you would be stuck at home raising baby instead of going out and just being young? Yeah, it did. I knew I'd be giving up a lot, but that doesn't mean that, me and Ian can't go out sometimes and have fun, and like when we're 21, go to a bar or whatever and someone watch Aria. It's not like we can't do that stuff, but as far as partying goes, I don't have a desire to do that anymore. Ian doesn't have a desire to do that anymore, so it does bother me sometimes being stuck at home for raising a baby, but I would rather pick staying at home than going out and doing that kind of stuff. Also, did you feel like your boyfriend was mature enough to have a baby when you were pregnant, or did you have doubts? I had a lot of doubts because he was not ready. Boys tend to mature a lot slower than girls. Girls mature faster, so at the moment I did not think he was mature or ready. I mean, I wasn't really ready and mature, but you know what I mean. But when Aria came, he did change a lot after, because another question said, did he change a lot after you had your daughter? He did change a lot, and he is very mature now. The lifestyle that he used to have is gone, and he is like a different Ian to me than what I knew before, in a good way though. So yeah, him doing the stuff that he did before, he's like different now. I'm trying to say that without sounding like confusing and jumbling it. Before you had her, did he still want to party and act young, or was he ready to be a dad the second you told him? The second I told him he was not ready to be a dad. He did a lot of stuff that upset me when I was pregnant. But when Aria came, and like actually right before Aria came, when I moved in with him, he changed a lot. But at the beginning of my pregnancy, he did act like a typical teenage boy. And I say typical loosely. I don't mean like every boy is like that. Teenage boys like that. But it took a lot of time for him to mature and come with the realization. I think he got a lot of his party time out of the way before Aria, because I know he did a lot of stuff like that. That's what put a lot of strain on our relationship in the beginning and stuff. But he is mature now, and he would do anything for Aria. Since Ian works 2 jobs and you're home all day with Aria, how do you make time for just the two of you? We still make time for each other. Aria is not awake every second, and sometimes on the weekend, Ian's mom will watch her, and we can go watch a movie or go to dinner, stuff like that. So we still do make time for each other. He doesn't have to work weekends, which is good. How often do you see 2000 Teenage Mom, which is Vanessa? I see her often as I can. Now that I live with my grandma, I can't, but when I get my own apartment, we'll be hanging out a lot more. So. When you were around 31 weeks, the countdown time, did you ever freak out thinking you're going to be a bad mom? Yes, I did freak out for a long time because I didn't think I would do everything right. I wanted to do everything right and nothing would come natural to me. I didn't know what to do. So yeah, I did think I was going to be a bad mom, but once I had Aria, everything came very natural to me. So How far along were you when the baby's room was 100% ready for her to live in? I think it was like early 30s, my 30 weeks, I think.